Nice. Hey guys, this is the Paddling Pastor. I'm over here at the New River Gorge, and I'm not running the gorge, but I'm close to it, and I'm going to run the Upper New with some West Virginia Whitewater Association buddies. Just a nice easy paddle. It's election day. Got the day off being a state worker, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, gonna have some fun. Hope you enjoy. What do you say, Wes? Yeah, I'm glad I made it too. I'm so bummed that I didn't have footage going through the Winnie.
You know what? I don't really feel good about it.
Yeah, Mo came up the other night and I grilled some food and stuff, and I was like, let's look up what Nathan paddles. I threw it on TV and I was like, man, this looks legit.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of rapids in a short stretch of river, all back to back. They gradually progressed.
Yeah. There was one right around the bridge. It looked pretty nice.
But yeah, I didn't get any footage, but the kids, at least at the end of Coliseum, there's like a trail that goes through there.
Yeah.
They got on that trail and got to an opening where they could see, and she recorded a little clip of me coming through.
That was Coliseum.
That was Coliseum. That was the end of Coliseum on that little clip. Let's have some fun today. As I am reflecting upon this paddle, I also go back and reflect on what happened shortly before this. I had just went to the Northeast and traveled with my family, and I had paddled whitewater in another state, in New Hampshire, and was on the Winnipesaukee. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. I got to make a couple runs, as I've talked about before. But the thing that I will talk about now is that the sense of community. The people all seem to know each other. I ran into many people along the river and on the river, and they all seem to know each other, talk to each other, shared stories with one another, asking about how they were doing personally. You could just tell that they did. They liked each other genuinely. They paddled together often. And it was just awesome to see that sense of community. And so, I came back and I ended up having a day off to go paddle. And as I did, I went back and ran a simple run with just some people I knew. Wes, Moe, Tony. I've known Tony for a little while now. He's the one that was leading the introductory beginners clinic that I attended when I first got into whitewater. We'll run the slot. And we just shared good conversation on the river, and that's what I did. I didn't practice moves. I didn't do a whole lot. I just ran the rapids easily and enjoyed talking to my friends, and that sense of community came again. And I even, afterwards, we went to go eat, and I even shared some of my ministry ideas of, combining paddling and ministry even more. And that community is great, and I think the world needs more of it. In fact, Paul wrote about this a couple of different times. In the first he wrote to the Jewish people in the book of Hebrews. It was chapter 10 of that book. He says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." He also wrote to the Galatians to bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Now, I think about this, and man, I want to fulfill the law of Christ, and I
There you go.
think about how we don't know how many days we have here on planet Earth. As Paul was writing in Hebrews, he says, "You see the day drawing near, so don't give up meeting together. Don't neglect that." Some people get in the habit of it, but don't. Stir each other up to love and good works. Be there, help each other. And then you see the disciples do this after Jesus had ascended into heaven and had sent the Holy Spirit in his place to the disciples to guide them. And in Acts chapter 2, you see that the early church, they did everything together. They ate together, prayed together, worshiped together, they studied together. They even sold their own possessions to provide for the needs of each other. That's community. That's the church. It's what we need. And I have noticed and witnessed a lot of the same attitude with paddlers that I've run into. I know not everyone is what they should be, but most of the paddlers that I have run into, they just want to help each other out. It's a sense of community.
You got
And
in there.
I encourage you to find that sense of community. We want to bring
you
each
got in
other
there,
along
bud.
on the
Just
river.
start
We
out.
want to teach skills to one another. We want to help each other to be able to accomplish more and accomplish our goals. We're looking out for one another on the river.
This wave
We're
right here.
loaning gear to one another. We're, all of those things. And that's community. And that's what this world needs. That's what we all need. Right now, there's a lot of things in the world that can divide us. But the world needs a tight community. I like the community of paddlers that I've found. And I encourage you to find your crew. Build each other up. Everybody's experience on the water will be better for it. You may even make some lifelong friends. But this lesson isn't just for being on the river and finding a good crew. This is a lesson that spans in all facets of life. Find community. Build each other up. And love one another. Stir each other to good works. And don't neglect meeting together. The world needs community, and God wanted His church to be an example of what community should look like. So, hopefully I meet you on the river. Hopefully, maybe we can grow our community together. And I hope that you enjoy this video, and maybe it brings you some encouragement. But until next time, keep on paddling.
There you go. There's a little spot there.